We are now video casting along with podcasting, so you can hear us, you can see us, you can talk to us.
Sound like a TV show.
We will be talking about the Coaches Roundtable.
And I see half of the game here, half of the game there, because I want to get eyes on these teams that we're ranking. Good morning and welcome to the Main Street studios of the Ute Conference. We are in a new world there. John's behind the screens. He's got a face for radio. Along with Marcus. Oh my goodness. Are we having fun yet? Yeah, we are so excited for this coming season. We've brought in one of our favorite executive board members. Elijah Kaio, former president of Copper Hills. He coaches football, rugby, and we're going to listen or hear a little bit about how much he loves to cook here in a second. But, Elijah, welcome to the Extra Point.
Thank you.
And
amazing setup.
We are trying to accommodate everybody. We've done these podcasts now for a year. And now we're going to go live with the video.
Yep. This is awesome. A great setup.
So, Elijah, tell us a little bit about you, how you got started with football, how you, your impressions, how they're different from today versus when you first got involved.
My oldest son decided he wanted to play football when he was 8. I didn't plan on coaching. But I was on the sideline, and he ended up making the C team. And just kind of watching how they were running practices, I got really antsy, and I just couldn't sit on the sideline anymore. So second day of practice, I jumped up and asked if I could help, and that's how I got started. And then Rex talked me into joining his board.
He's Rex? Rex. Where's Rex?
Talked me into joining his board a couple years later, and that's kind of where it started, man, and I don't think I'm ever going to stop. It's going to be that crazy.
It's fun, isn't it?
It's fun. It's addicting. It's stressful. It's busy, but it is fun.
You know, I've told this story 100 times, but I don't think I would have ever crossed paths with you or the hundreds or even the thousands of people that I cross paths with in the Ute Conference. It's an amazing experience. It's an amazing family.
Yep. And
we're all truly striving for the exact same things.
Absolutely.
So let me, we're going to get into some topics from our UC sounding board. Some things out there that people are worried about, they're concerned about, and one of the reasons we brought you in is because you are an expert in some of these categories. So I'm going to start out with, and we're going to give a little history here. A few years ago, we decided as a Ute Conference that we were not being very good at distributing information. We didn't know how good or how bad. So we hired a digital marketing company, EKR, from down in Provo. They came in. They ran a survey. They looked at all of us. They looked at everything. We got 3,900 responses from the survey. And one of the biggest problems that the Ute Conference had was, how do we get information from the Ute Conference level down to the presidents, from the presidents to the coaches, from the presidents to the parents?
Yeah.
It's a big problem. So let me start out. I'm going to, off of our sounding board, we received this post. One thing that was a little difficult and felt unorganized was the communication from the league to the coaches and the team mom to the parents and players. Our coaches and team moms are amazing. You know, I'm going to say that. Our coaches and our team moms are amazing.
Absolutely.
They do a phenomenal job. I would love to participate in the creation, if there isn't one, that assists in outlines of how to help more people. Now, it's a little longer than that, but that's where we're going to start. So, as a president, well, let's start as you as a parent. Jumping off the sidelines, going to go in there and help. what did you expect, or what was your expectation of information coming from your coach, coming from your, because you've gone full circle like a lot of us have.
Yep. One of the things, I actually have this conversation with a lot of people. One of the things sitting on the sideline is I had the impression that everything was already preset, that there was something to follow, something to go off of, that I was going to go out there and I was going to be given this great plan and run with it. What a lot of people fail to realize, and I realized that early on, is we are all volunteers. Everyone is a volunteer. These coaches are volunteers. These team moms are volunteers. It's everyone just trying to get to be more engaged in the kids' lives. When I jumped in there and was expecting this and saw that, saw how it was actually set up, I realized that, man, this is more than just a couple of people trying to run an entire program. What this is a bunch of people, the village, coming together to create something better than they had for the kids. It was at that point, honestly, and the reason why it didn't take Rex much to get me to get involved is I like communication. I'm the same way. I agree with these guys, right? Communication is key, and the unfortunate part is the only way to have that communication is to be able to get it out to everyone, and finding those ways to get it out to everyone, and everyone realizing that it's not one person directing all this information to everyone. It's everyone coming in together to create this process and this program, and basically having their hands in the pot together.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a couple things, or I'm going to ask you some follow-up questions.
Okay.
Volunteers.
Uh-huh.
You just nailed it on the head.
Yep.
How many employees, how many people work for the conference besides referees?
2?
Three.
3.
How many players did we have last year?
Oh, man.
7,400.
Yeah.
How many teams? 375. We played 185 games a Saturday. So, therefore, getting information from us here at the office, or from the executive board, to the Gremlin Black team in Riverton, we got to have, there's a lot of hands. There's a lot of people that have got to be involved in this.
Yep.
And you are all volunteers. And, oh, by the way, thank you so much for taking time from your day job to come in here and actually shoot this video.
Yeah.
Be on this podcast, because I've wanted to have you on it for a whole year. We just never could put it together.
Could get it together, but with this setup, hey, invite me whenever you want. I'm here.
Okay. Oh, man. You should have seen this guy. He's a master of communication. So, but as a president, what steps did you take at Copper Hills to ensure that your parents were getting the information? And I'm sure they weren't getting all of it that they would like.
Right.
But what did you do? What were some of the things that you put in place?
First off, one of the big things is we had to realize how people absorb the information. So we took it down to 3 major things. People will learn and absorb information by reading, hearing the information, or seeing the information. So we started off by utilizing different social media platforms, having stand-up meetings at the beginning of the season with the entire league to kind of explain and introduce who we all were as far as the board. I'm jumping here. When I took over as president, I made sure the first day of tryouts, we pulled everyone together, the entire tryout district. They all came in the middle of the field. I have a loud voice, so I was able to speak really loud, introduced all of our board members.
John says I have a loud voice. I don't know. Maybe
he has a loud voice.
John, you just stay behind the screens over there.
Introduced myself and started with that. We utilize social media all the time in different aspects. So not only will we post it in text on social media, we would create a video. We would utilize pictures. Anything that would capture the eye so that they saw the information, because if you're like Jeff or John, you guys probably have thousands of friends on Facebook in comparison to my 300. And I just needed to get the information out that way. So we utilized as many different forms of communication as possible, keeping in mind the 3 focus points, which was reading it, seeing it, and hearing it.
What a great formula. Now, back to our digital media study. They said that people are absorbing information differently today. And not only is it different, but the consumer of our information has changed. It went from the dad to the mom.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's a change in our whole dynamic. And so, I'm an old guy. In 2011, I got a Facebook page for the Ute Conference just so nobody else could get it. I did the same thing on Twitter. Instagram. I don't even know what Instagram is. Wow. But the bottom line is, I felt like futuristically we might need this. I didn't know how it would fit in. I didn't know what part of it. And now our Facebook page, we've gone in 2019, I think we had 200 followers. We have almost 5,000 followers now. And that is one of our primary sources, along with these podcasts, to get the information out to people. Because it's the old thing of telephone tag. Well, I call you, you call your coach calls team mom goes to the parents, and by the time we get that information diluted, it's not even remotely close. So our goal in communication is just what you said. We're now video casting along with podcasting, so you can hear us, you can see us, you can talk to us. We have the format of the UC Sounding Board. We are trying to get all forms of communication, and we would encourage the districts, maybe you think differently, to do the same thing.
Yeah, I agree. I want to add this too. There is a hierarchy, and I think people need to understand this for information. This was one thing that we tried really hard to implement over at Copper Hills, and it was to follow that chain, but from the bottom up. So from the player to the parent to the team mom to the coach, coach to the board, or whoever their liaison would have been, and up. However, it has to go both ways, right? And it's ensuring that the presidents are feeding that information to their boards, feeding the information to their coaches, feeding their information to the parents, and so forth. The other thing, and I know this is going out to everyone, but this is out to the presidents as well, is the other thing that's really important is create a Facebook group with your board members, or create a text group or something, and every little thing, because there is nothing to hide. Every little thing that you think would be pertinent to the success of your board being able to perform their duties, share it. Give it to them. Give it to your coaches. Share that information. One thing I made sure that I did was, even in our president's meetings, I still do it with our executive meetings, any information that I think would be pertinent to the success of any program, any district, I shoot out a quick email or text, or I post it in our little group page. We created a group page for the executive boards. We created a group page for the coaches, and we shared that information. The more information you can share, the easier it is to come together as a village and run your program and have a successful program. And that's what we've always tried to do. Now, I'm not saying that it was perfect. We still missed some things, but you got to start somewhere, and you just got to get the information.
And we've tried to model some of the things that you've done at the district level, at the conference level. Now we have a Facebook page for the general populace. We have a Facebook page for our admins. And if you're not on there, you need to get on there. Because we post the information there.
It's a two-way street. We'll create the channels, but you need to participate. You need to be involved.
And if you're not participating, and how important, just coming to a president's meeting.
Just coming to a meeting or sending a board.
I know you're busy.
Yeah.
But
it's so important.
Getting to meetings is very, very important.
Absolutely.
Because the old adage, I didn't know, really doesn't fly anymore. Because we are doing our best to give you as much information, because you said it. You hit the nail right on the head. There's no secrets here.
No.
There's no secrets here. Are we working on things that parents don't need to know about at this point? Yes. But that's how we're going to move this forward. When it's time to introduce it, it's coming.
It's coming.
We want you to have it. But so what are some of the sources? You named Facebook. You named, I think, Instagram. Have you used any others?
I've used TikTok. We've done Snapchat filters on Snapchat. We use TeamSnap, and we continue to use TeamSnap, Copper Hills District. I know other people have tried it and it didn't work for them. It works really well for our district because everyone is used to it, and it's not just in football. Our rugby program is using it. Our high school program is using it in addition to Huddle. Huddle is more focused for players, where TeamSnap it can be for the parents, because we all know our teenagers, if you have older kids, they don't communicate well. So we want to make sure that the parents know.
Okay, I got to stop you right there. There's a lot of guys out there that are my age that are still coaching.
Yep.
Grandkids coming. Yep. I'm not getting a Facebook page.
Yep.
I'm not getting – what's this IG, Instagram? I'm not doing this social – it's corrupting the world. But, you know, we're created on opposites.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some bad stuff out there, but let me tell you, there's a lot of good stuff. So I've got to ask you a question. You haven't had this question put to you before. Would it enhance our program as a whole if the Ute Conference created an app or had a programmer create an app? Or is that throwing good money after bad because of the time it takes to create and the utilization? Because as you just said it, TeamSnap, I got districts that say, I hate it. We have districts that say, I love it. And we got districts that go, it's too much work. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on an app?
Me personally, I kind of 50-50 with an app. I love the idea behind the app. I really do. But it'll all depend on how we develop and what information's on there and how often it can be used. The secret's going to be how often it's going to be used, because it could be one of those apps where you utilize it for a week, and if you don't touch it for a couple of days, it's out of sight, out of mind, and you never touch it again. That's one really important thing.
And how much do these apps cost to create?
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
It's a lot.
So we're balancing. We're balancing where we put our resources to make sure that the kids get, because ultimately it's for the kids.
Yep.
We want the kids to get the best bang for the buck. And in the meantime, it would be really easy for me to say, hey, we're going to do this, and this, and your registration fee is going to be $500.
Right, exactly. Yep.
Which we don't want to do.
Right.
So, all right, I think I've got your answer. If you don't feel comfortable with the answer, Elijah Kaio, hit him up on Facebook. All right, now, one thing that is utilized throughout the Ute Conference, a lot of coaches use Huddle. A lot of coaches are spending lots of money.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts behind putting together a system where 1 to 2, maybe 3, 4 cameras could be utilized to stream games?
I love it. I love it from a parent as well as a coach, especially as a coach. I love the idea. There are always, how do I say it? I probably get more during the season. I probably get more requests to have that option than anything else on being able to film the games, stream the games, anything like that.
So it wouldn't surprise you, parents, coaches, we're working on it. See, we haven't even brought that to the executive board yet, but we are working on this behind the scenes to build an option, but we got to do it at a low cost because we have other things that are going to cost us a lot of money that are ahead of that. They're higher on the priority list. But our goal is to have it at least some sort of beta test by our sevens tournaments, which is only a couple months away.
No, we're almost there.
But we are working behind the scenes on an option for that.
I think that would be amazing, honestly.
Okay. This is the extra point. Elijah Kaio, one of our vice presidents. and main man. Oh, hey, I forgot to bring this up. If you don't follow him on Facebook, this dude's a cook. I'm telling
you forgot.
I am telling you, you got to go see his Facebook and IG posts because the man can cook some. Oh, yeah. Hey, trust me, fat guys don't get fat because they don't know good food.
Yep.
I've taken a couple of his recipes and I've copied them. Is that something you do professionally?
I do, actually. I was in the medical industry, and I jumped over to the culinary industry, so
Very nice. Follow Elijah on Facebook, Instagram. We're going to have a great season. I am so excited.
I'm so excited. This is going to be amazing.
In fact, the Super Bowl's this Sunday. Dang.
Yeah.
All my football's over. And I don't watch that much pro, but football's over.
I'm going to add something.
Oh, please do.
Hey, parents, the best way to make changes is to be a part of the change. Volunteer. Get involved.
I'd rather be a keyboard warrior and just tell you what to do.
I'm telling you.
I'd rather be a keyboard warrior, tell you what to do and how to do it and not do it.
Get involved.
Come
if
on.
you don't know how to do it, find me on Instagram, find me on Facebook, send me a message. I'll get you in contact with those people on how you can help. And there isn't a size of commitment. If you can only give up an hour on a Saturday to help set up field, just do it. Get involved. Your kids will see you doing that. They will love you for it. I promise the best way to be a part of the change is to be the change. Volunteer.
Monkey see, monkey do.
Absolutely.
You lead the example. My dad was president of the Brighton League. I became president. My brothers became presidents. Now here I am. This is what we do. Imagine having so much fun doing what we do.
Oh, and I love it. Yes, it's busy. It takes up a lot of time, but you know what? I'd rather do this than sit at home, honestly.
Your kids are worth it. All right, from the Main Street Studios, this is The Extra Point. Jeff Goringe, Elijah Kaio, John Halliburton, and Marcus C. We're out.